The rule of law is easy to praise when the right thing costs nothing, but the real test is when justice threatens money, politics, and power. In 1839, a group of Africans were kidnapped in Sierra Leone and sold into the illegal slave trade. They were loaded on a Spanish ship called the Amistad. And at sea, they revolted. They killed the captain and tried to force the ship to go back to Africa. Instead, the remaining crew tricked them, sailed north, and the ship was seized near Long Island. And then the case hits American courts, and everything turns on this one question. Were these men property, or were they free human beings who had been kidnapped? If they were legally slaves, the revolt looked like mutiny and murder. If they were kidnapped Africans, which they were, then the men were fighting for their own freedom. Spain demanded that they be returned, and the Van Buren administration backed that position and wanted them also returned. But abolitionists in the North raised money to defend them and argued that these men had been illegally taken and had every right to resist. By the time the case reaches the Supreme Court, former President John Quincy Adams has joined the defense. He argued that these were not lawful slaves at all, but free people kidnapped from Africa. And on this day, March 9th, 1841, the court agreed and ruled the surviving captives should be free. The Amistad decision didn't end slavery, but it does show what our institutions are for. They're not to echo the strongest voices in government, not to bless the most convenient outcome, but to hold to principle when power and pressure are pushing the other way. And that's what it means for an institution to do its job, not to bend to every political wind and not to serve whoever happens to be in power, but to stay accountable to the rule of law, to judge clearly, to act honestly, and protect principle when pressure is strongest.